There's something most people never say out loud, not because they don't feel it, because they don't quite have words for it. It's the feeling that the way you're wired doesn't quite fit, that the things that come most naturally to you keep getting you in trouble, that the people closest to you still don't fully get you, that somehow, underneath all of it, you belong somewhere you haven't found yet. You might have taken tests trying to name it, or read books, or asked the question quietly to yourself more times than you can count. Or maybe you've never done any of that. Maybe you've just carried this low hum of not quite fitting and assumed that's just how it is. It isn't. And I want to show you why. Here's what most people have tried. You take a personality test, you get letters or numbers or an archetype, and you read the description, and some of it fits, some of it doesn't. And you share it with someone, and you talk about it for a few days, and then life goes right back to the way it was before. Same confusion about why you react the way you do. Same drain from things you're supposed to be good at. The same feeling that the people around you still don't quite get you. So you try something else, another book, another test, another voice you decide to trust. And here's what all of those things have in common. They're describing you from the outside, and they're handing you a noun and calling it done. You're an introvert, you're a type 4, you're an INFJ, and you're a melancholic. And then what? You got another label, but you still don't know why you move through the world the way you do. You still don't know what to do with that label in real life, and you still don't feel any closer to understanding your actual purpose or why you matter. Because here's the thing, those tests weren't designed to answer, they were designed to describe what you look like, not to translate how you're actually wired. And those are not the same thing. I want to tell you something I've believed for a really long time, something that changed everything for me personally, and something I've watched change everything for thousands of other people. Your identity is your purpose, not in a philosophical way, not as a quote you put on a wall, in a real, daily, this is how you're wired way. The things that come most naturally to you, the way you instinctively respond to others, a problem or a person struggling, the things you do without thinking that other people notice and you can't explain. That's not just personality. That's not just who you are. That's what you're here to do. Most people spend their whole lives treating identity and purpose like a math problem. Figure out who I am over here and figure out what I'm supposed to do over there. Then somehow make them fit together. But that's backwards. Your real self, your actual wiring, naturally creates your real contribution to the world, why you matter. You don't have to match them up because they were never separate. The only reason it feels like they are is that most people have never had the right language for their own wiring. And without language for it, it just feels like a collection of reactions you can't explain and traits that sometimes get you in trouble. What changes when you have language for it is everything. I want to introduce you to ing energy. It's not a label, it's not a category to get sorted into, it's not a filing system, it's a verb. Something that moves, something that flows through you into every room you walk into, every relationship you're in, every conversation you have, and every problem you face. This isn't something you built through experience. It was there before you knew what to call it, before anyone had an opinion about you, and before life had a chance to tell you were too much or not enough. And here's what I mean when I say it's a verb in more than a noun. When you finally understand your ing energy, you're not reading a description of yourself. You're recognizing what motivates you, something that was already happening. You're realizing the way you've always moved through the world, and you're finally going, oh, hmm, that's what drives me. Hmm, that is what shapes how I see people and problems. Hmm, that's what I keep coming back to. It's not a diagnosis, a translation. And that translation, that's where identity and purpose stop being two separate things and become one clear answer. There are seven ing energy types. Every person has all seven flowing through them, but you have one core ing energy type, that one that flows the strongest, that one that is shaping how you show up long before you understood it. Let me walk you through all seven, not so you can pick one, but so you can recognize your ing type. Perceiving. This is the one who sees what other people walk right past, the detail nobody caught, the problem hiding under the surface that nobody wanted to address or name, the truth in the room that everyone else is carefully avoiding. Perceiving doesn't miss things, it can't. That awareness is just always on, and they've been called intense, harsh, too direct, and too brutally honest. And the frustrating part is that they're usually right. And here's what that actually is, that's not a character flaw. That's someone wired to cut through the noise and tell the truth. That's a gift the world genuinely needs. And when perceiving is developed and flowing well, it's one of the most valuable things a person can bring. Serving. This is the one who knows what people need before they ask. They walk into a space and they're already scanning for what's missing, what needs to be done, and who needs something. It's not a habit, it's not people pleasing, it's how they're wired. They've been called a doormat, a pushover, and that they're just too accommodating. And the painful part is that they keep doing, even while quietly disappearing. But here's what that actually is, that's someone designed to hold things together, to catch what everyone else is dropping, and to care in the most practical, concrete way possible. And when serving energy is honored and developed, it becomes one of the most sustaining forces in any family, on any team, and in any community. Teaching. This is the one who can't rest until something makes sense, not just for themselves, but for everyone they're talking to. They just break things down, they find the simplest path from confusion to clarity, and they go deep, and they cover every angle, and they know when someone finally gets it. They've been called a know it all, condescending, and told they over explain, and that they give and want way too much detail. But here's what's actually happening, that's someone wired to transfer understanding, to build bridges between what people don't know yet and what they need to know. When teaching energy is flowing well, people leave the conversation able to do something they couldn't do before. That's not over explaining, that's the whole point. Encouraging. This is the one who sees what you're capable of before you can see it yourself. They don't just offer encouragement as a nice thing to do. They genuinely see your potential so clearly that it can feel as an inconvenience to them that you can't see it yet. They've been called unrealistic, too optimistic, naive, and told they set people up for disappointment. But here's what's actually happening, that's someone wired to call things forward, to see what could be and refuse to let the gap between where someone is and where they could be the final word. Encouraging energy is often what changes the direction of someone's entire life. Giving. This is the one who is genuinely wired for generosity. Not to impress anyone, not to earn anything, just because sharing resources, time, and care, attention, That's how they move through the world. They've been called a show off and told they're trying to buy love, that their generosity isn't real. But here's what that actually is, that's someone designed to make sure no one goes without, to build security, to create environments where people have what they need. Giving energy, when it's understood and not exploited, is one of the most stabilizing forces in any circle it flows through. Leading, this is the one who already sees the path forward while everyone else is still figuring out where they're standing. They move toward what needs to happen. They organize, they structure, and they make the call when no one else will. They've been called bossy, controlling, and told they take over and that they don't listen. But here's what's actually happening, that's someone wired to bring order to chaos and to see a future and build toward it, to create the structure that everyone else can move inside of. When leading energy is mature and flowing well, it doesn't control people, it creates the conditions for people to do their best work. Mercying, this is the one who feels what you feel before you say a word. It's not sympathy, it's something deeper, a knowing, a sensing of what's going on underneath what's being said. They've been called too sensitive, dramatic, and told they take things too personally and that they just need to toughen up. But here's what that actually is, that's someone wired to make sure no one suffers alone, to create safety for the most tender parts of the human experience, to be present in those moments when presence is the only thing that matters. Mercy-ing energy, when it's developed and not depleted, is one of the rarest and most necessary things a human being can offer to another one. I want to speak to something specific now because some of you have spent a really long time asking, why am I here? And the answer hasn't come. And I want to tell you something I believe with everything in me. The reason that question felt unanswerable isn't because the answer is hidden. It's because you've been looking for purpose somewhere outside of how you're actually wired, as if purpose is a destination you have to arrive at, a calling you have to hear in a moment where everything just finally clicks. But what if it's not a destination? What if it's a recognition? What if the question isn't, what am I supposed to do? But what has always been flowing through me that I either keep taking for granted or being told to suppress? Kendall said she spent her entire life trying to figure out why she's here and who she is. And she said she finally found her purpose, not because she did something new, but because she finally understood what had been there all along. Taylor said she couldn't express how much ing energy changes not just how she sees herself, but how she sees everyone around her. That's what identity, being your purpose, actually means in real life. It's more than a concept, it's a recognition. Take the quiz, and the quiz is where the recognition starts. Do you know your ing type? Most people don't yet. That's exactly what the quiz is for. It's free, and your results go straight to your inbox, and the link is in the description. This isn't a personality report. It's not another list of letters you have to decode. It's a starting point for a conversation with yourself that you've probably been trying to have for a really long time. The link is in the description. It's 5 minutes, and your results go straight to your inbox. Go. Find your language. I've spent decades watching people try to find who they are and why they're here. And I've watched the moment they recognize it is how they're wired. That moment is always quiet. It's not a big celebration or announcement, it's relief. It's the slow exhale of someone who has been holding something in for a really long time, a recognition of who they truly are, a discovery of what has been there all along. Because your identity was never lost. You just didn't have language for it yet. Your identity is your purpose. It has always been. I'll see you in the next video.